Wrestling Spot. I am Terry here with the pretty heel Danielle. Today, we are with Reign The Stallion Rivers. Miss Rivers will make you shiver. She's been fighting her whole life. She has a promo. She says she's been fighting in grocery stores. She's been fighting in banks. She's been fighting in daycares. I know she's a ring announcer, but now she's taking it into the ring. So thank you for being here with us today, Reign. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad that you guys invited me on to your show, and I'm excited to talk wrestling with y'all.
All right. So my first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Honestly, I didn't even know wrestling existed until about 2 years ago. I've always been like really loud and really obnoxious and like really getting fun. So I started going to the gym, and I got really tired of just picking stuff up and putting it down, and I wanted to knock something over. And down the rabbit hole, on the internet, it led me into wrestling. And the very first day I went to the training class with QT Marshall, and it was first the Power Factory, now it's the Nightmare Factory. But when it was first the Power Factory, the first time he told me to do a bump, and I landed flat, like, and my back hit the mat, it was like my soul got like jumped into me or something. And I was like, oh, this is it. You know what I mean? This is what I want to do. So, and it just turns out that I'm really good at it. The downside for me being really good at wrestling and being in that entertaining field is the fact that I'm so green. Like, I got to catch up on like how many years of wrestling. Like, people be talking like, oh, do you know X, Y, and Z and da 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 da? And I'm like, huh? So it's a lot of catching up and watching, back in the day wrestlers and learning and getting on the same page as everybody else. But other than the homework side of it, getting it, it's amazing. I like to yell a lot and I like to fight. So it just seemed like a really good place to do that at.
Okay. So you said you found out about wrestling 2 years ago. So it would be fun for us to know what match did you first see, or what first did you see on TV?
Well, so what I've known of, like my grandfather used to watch wrestling. He used, I would see like China or like Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker. So I just used those names and started in The Rock. I used those names when I like found out about it for real, because it never really dawned on me. So I used those names, and all those people, Rock, Undertaker, and China, especially China, I like her more for the aesthetics, not for the wrestling aspect of it. But those were the first matches that I was like, this is what I need to be watching, because I feel like that was my era anyway when I would have been watching wrestling. So, I'm like, when I saw The Rock do rock bottom, or, just how like The Undertaker, he moves so slow, but he can kick your ass, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, this is wonderful. So those are kind of the first matches that I got into. Now I'm kind of venturing a little bit more outside of the box, so to speak, in terms of like, there's a guy that goes to the training facility, Nasty Man. He's Leroy, official Nasty Leroy on Instagram, I think. But he's been helping me with like understanding the indie circuit, people like that who built their way up to WWE status or AEW status, and basically helping me learn, different styles of wrestling and like that. So that's where I started, and that's where I'm at now.
Is there a style that you're really liking from someone out here who's you've been finding out about?
You mean like a style of wrestling, or just like a person in general?
Let's say a person in general who maybe you like their style.
Mm-hmm. Or would possibly model your character after.
Okay, so that's two different answers then. So I like AJ Styles style of wrestling. I think he's dope. Like, he's very entertaining. He's great to look at, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, he just does everything great to me. So I love watching his matches. And it's not because of the hair. The hair I could do without, but the rest of it, you know, it works. But as far as like the style, what I want to style myself after, is not so much that I want to style myself after someone, because I definitely have my own universe of doing things. However, a person that I look for a guidance is China. And the main reason for China was because this woman was 5'10". She was 200 pounds. She was an okay wrestler. She was an okay seller, all that stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is she was 5'10", 200 pounds and solid muscle, and she didn't have to do nothing or say nothing before everybody shut up and paid attention. And that's what I was like, oh, I want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to walk in a room and people be like, what's she finna do? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm trying to get to my 200-pound solid muscle, all natural. You know what I mean? So that way, and so when I do start speaking and I do start wrestling, people are gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to have all the wow factors, all the check marks marked off, like no stone unturned. I don't want people to have to get to know me before they know to shut up and listen and know me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with that said, just because I'm a huge China fan, and she's definitely on my Mount Rushmore, I definitely do want to empower you to like take a look at her earlier works, because she actually has wrestled outside of WWE, and she's really, I think that's a lot of the reason why not only just the character and the persona for perception, right, really said enough for her. I think people understood what her reputation was preceding WWE. So just when you get a chance, take a look at that, because she actually was a pretty good wrestler, and she was one of the pioneers of the intergender wrestling.
Will you send me some of her links? Because I do lives and I do like wrestling, like watching and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. So I would love to have that to do. Like, I'm all for help me. Help.
No, definitely. I'll try to send you some stuff later on today, because I love China. She's definitely losing her hurt. So, but she was definitely a pioneer in, women's wrestling, and just really helping people to understand that even though, you're a certain gender, she was one of the first, really reputable and respected intergender wrestlers. I think Terry, was she an intercontinental champion? I think
she was the intercontinental champion, first
woman. Yeah, so just making sure you put some respect on my girl's name.
Listen, man. I am all for learning, help. Like, you can't, like, I educate myself as much as I can, but if I don't know what to look for, my knowledge is going to be limited. So definitely hook me up, send me some links. I'm all for learning more. If I don't know, then I'm ignorant, right?
No, definitely, we got you.
Thank you. Feel like I got a team working for me now. Thank you.
I mean, you hear and we watching, and you said you're training and everything. So it's kind of like, if you don't succeed, we fail into, because we spotlighting you, and that means we putting something behind you. So we're gonna be cheering for you out here.
Absolutely.
So since you are starting, you said you're so good, you just don't know the background of wrestling. With what you know, can you name like 3 people that you may want to face, like anywhere, any companies that you're watching?
Yeah.
Really good question.
Yeah. So now they're not going to be in order. They're just whenever they pop in my head. So the first one is Tessa Blanchard. This girl's so short. Okay, but I've been and I'm tall. Okay, and like one of my main things, another reason why I want to get to 200 pounds is because all the women are small. I can't fight it for real. I gotta go against the men. The men knock me around. I gotta get big, right? But Tessa Blanchard, this little tiny little thing, she be jumping and flipping and knocking people out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's terrifying. And that's somebody I want to go against. Like, I would just like, anybody that I will work up against, I want them to be better than me by a lot, honestly, because it gives me something to be better than. So somebody like her, and she's the height that she is, and she's taking down dudes that is like 6'5" with no problem. You know what I'm saying? And making it real. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's a chick. And then and another one, what's her name? She's on AEW. She's I don't know if I could say this or not because I don't want to be
What is her ring gear?
incorrect.
Or maybe what is her, does she have braids or?
She's a brown girl. She's a brown girl. Okay.
Big Swole?
No, not Big Soul, not her. Oh, although I do like her little style, yeah, but not her.
So.
This is gonna drive me crazy. She's the only transgendered one in AEW.
Nyla Rose.
Thank you. See, I didn't want to be like, rude or nothing, but okay. But Nyla Rose, I like her because she definitely has her own presence. You know what I mean? Like the first time I heard her speak, I was like, who is that? She's strong. Oh my God. You know what I mean? And then I look at people's height because I want to know how tall everybody is, how I fare. And so she's 5'7", but I'm 5'10".
Oh, okay.
I'm 5'10". But even though she's 5'7", she got a strong bass in her voice. And I don't mean it in a whatever way, but I mean it's a presence. You know what I mean? And it's like a fear me, I talk crap because I can and I'm going to back it up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, let's see where this is going to go. You know what I mean? So her, and then the glow girl. Naomi. Her. Simply because I like her, but I like the way she did. She's just cute. You know what I mean? She come through, bust you in your face real quick and be like skipping along like, hi. So I like that attitude. And it's like I said, I want somebody to be better than me. And I don't just mean in just wrestling and how fast they are, but also in their attitude. I want somebody's attitude to trump mine. So that gives me something to work towards, to get better than. Because I saw her do this one little skip thing or whatever, and it was like dusting dirt on a chick's face. And I was like, she cold for that. And I didn't think in my head, like I'm thinking would I have naturally come up with like a cell like that? And I don't think I would have. So seeing that and seeing how she be savage, but she be cute at the same time and still girly at the same time, I'm like, okay, log that away in the to do. You know what I'm saying? So those are the three chicks, for different reasons why I would be excited to step in the ring with them.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking Tessa, Nyla Rose, and Naomi.
Yes, not in that order, but yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting lineup.
Listen. I told y'all I haven't seen everybody. Although, hey, dog, last night, actually, I told you Nasty Man been helping me out. He put me on to Scarlett Bordeaux. Mm-hmm. That's her name. I saw that girl. I was like, ooh. I would go against her, but I think I just let her beat me up. To be honest with you. She punched me. Oh, no, stop it. Do it again. She was so fine. Oh my gosh. And her gear. I was like, oh my God, look at the cheeks. They out. Like they was out. So I was like, girl, go ahead with my ass real quick. That's fine.
All right. So I see you on Instagram, and I know you're in the gym training. So I got to ask this question because it's your name on Instagram, and you just said something about being savage.
Yeah.
Did you get the inspiration from Megan Thee Stallion or?
No, but you know what I'm saying? Listen. Let me tell you. I think she got that extra E because she extra. She more extra than me, okay?
Oh.
I be trying to do hot girl summer, but not like her. So we just kind of already was in the same boat. She just, we was already stallions, you know what I'm saying? She just put the E. That's her. I'm gonna let her have her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's me though.
Okay.
She's a big wrestling fan as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tell her come fight me then.
It might be a solid tag team, or she can walk you out to the entrance with a song or something one day.
Listen, if we ever get in touch with her, we'll definitely make that connection.
Danielle, let's see. That's
let her know.
That's the time we're doing our spotlight. Danielle, you got any last questions?
I guess the only question that I have as we wrap it up is, so, I know you said you're still green, and I mean, everybody has to start somewhere, right? So what do you foresee in the next steps to you pursuing this, newfound career or something that you fall in love with?
Oh, that's such a complex question for me because I have so many answers. Let me just keep it simple. So first things first, I'm having a documentary actually being made about me. That's going to be leading up into my first match, which is going to, spotlight in front of some people that I'd really like to see it. So the first goal for me is to get this first match down, because it ain't like I'm going to have a first match and if I mess up, it's not going to be remembered and people are going to go home. Like, this is something that, like, if all these people are taking this time to say, hey, let's make a documentary about this girl, I better make it look good. You know what I mean? Because other people's time is invested. And if I mess up, you know what I mean? That don't sit right with me. So it puts a lot of pressure on me to get it right the first time. So that's goal number one. Don't mess up the first match. And then goal number two, the last goal out of all the goals, like, sign a contract, do this, look at me, hey, boom, pow, all that. The last step for me, because I've always worked best under my own thumb. I'm my own boss now. So I foresee me having and owning a promotion and running some stuff and signing some checks and having the baddest chicks on the roster and the baddest wrestlers on the roster, and really doing some innovative stuff. Because if I'm innovative with my life regularly and I'm in my life, if you know my backstory and stuff like that, for as little as I've been doing certain things, I've come a long way. So for me to say, yeah, I'm going to run my own promotion and it is going to be a big one. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to be a big one. I just have to get all the tools up under my belt first. And I'm cool with like taking the time out to do that. And it's definitely, it's a goal and it is a future fact. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, well, that's great. I love your enthusiasm. I will tell you that. And I love your drive. Like I'm with it. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking out your journey.
Yay, thank you. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone on Instagram. I appreciate everybody who has been reaching out to me and basically being like, you got something and we're behind you. And I'm like, hearing that, it just makes me want to go further and even more believe in myself than what I already was. Because, people like you guys are like asking me and want to know. And I'm like, oh, wow, I better make it good. I appreciate it.
Well,
Terry,
as we always do, thank you for coming on. This is the We Love Wrestling Spot with Danielle from the Pretty Hills, Miss Reign the Stallion Rivers.
Yeah, the stallion, baby.
I know you probably see this poster in the background. That's gonna be her one day because she said it's gonna happen, and we gonna be right along with the journey. So as we
Hey.
always see, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. So, for the culture.
All right.